Hello everybody. I bet this one is kind of different from what you're used to, considering I'm usually playing other games. But I figured since I now have a capture device, why don't we take a look at some of the Switch games that I have? And what better to start with than Animal Crossing? Over the past several years, I have put some hours into this. Finally, just hit about 900 hours. So why don't we take a look and let's do a little tour of the island. So the name of the island that I went with is kind of a slight reference to Pokemon Sun and Moon when I first played it. Good evening. Right now, Melikapu. Yeah, so that's based on Sun and Moon. Alright, so no big news, so we could just skip that for now. Yeah, thank you, Isabel. Talking about bamboo is now in season, so if we want to harvest it, we can grab that. Yeah, it's been a while since I played. All right. Oh wow, I'm still rocking the Santa hat. All right. Well, we could probably grab the hat first thing off. So let's check out the house. See if we can find a nice hat for that. All right, so the first room right here is, a quaint little living room. Don't mind the bugs; they're part of the decoration. There we go. All right, it's a pretty standard living room. That's pretty much it. All right, next up here is the bedroom. Yeah, once again, don't mind the bugs. Pretty quaint. Definitely like how the wallpaper came out. Yeah, I'd say it kind of looks pretty good. All right. To the left, I believe, is... Yeah, so this is the washroom. Sorry, cockroach. Yeah, so nothing too spectacular, but yeah, I think it came out quite nice. All right, to the right, kind of a character theme from one of the characters from Genshin, so if you're familiar with it, then you might have some idea as to who the character is. Might have a reasonable guess as to who I was kind of basing it off on. All right, so upstairs is what I have. It's a museum of sorts. Pretty much a collection of extra museum pieces that I've come across. I believe most of them are fake, which is alright. And I have a wall of the character photographs that I'll show in a second. Yeah, so most of the stuff in here is fake, but I do have some pretty decent ones. Alright, see if I remember how to do this. Yeah, so the photos I have up here, these were the old villagers. These were some of the original ones. We had Clay, Leopold, and Admiral, and Peggy that were originally on this island, but I had moved them off for other characters that I wanted. I did have Cephalobot a couple of times, so I figured, hey, I'd move him onto the island for a little bit, and I was able to get his photo. And some of these other ones are other various characters that we can get in here from various ways. Just a couple of other standard stuff. And that's the museum. All right, so downstairs is kind of my pride and joy. It took me a little while with a couple of renovations with it. And welcome to the kitchen. Yeah, definitely put a little bit of time and blood, sweat, and tears into this place. I think it came out quite well. Took me a while to get some of the items. For example, this one. The shelf right here. because I didn't have it originally. I did have the recipe for it, but I couldn't make it because I was missing a cutting board. Cutting board was an item that it took a long time to get. I just wasn't able to get it, but I had eventually got it, and I was able to finally add it to the kitchen, and then I was able to complete it. Alright, so since I was kind of basing this off of Sun and Moon, I was kind of going with a Hawaiian theme, if you will. So let me just turn down this just a tad. Alright, so it should be fine. Alright, so first up here is Audie. She is one of my, I think she's the second or third newest resident. It took me a little while to get hers. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to get her. And I think the cool story with Audie here is that she's actually based on someone that was a big fan of Animal Crossing. They actually took a real life person and made a character that was based off of them, which was pretty cool. Alright, next up here is Alice. We saw her in the opening, and she is one of my original characters that was on the island here. Pretty much a standard fruit section. Here we have Cat. So, Cat here is one of the two characters that I started out with. Yeah, so this is one of the ones where I'll probably never part with. And over here we have a photo of everybody that I currently have on the island. And we'll see them eventually. Alright, let's see if we can find anybody else in the plaza. Oh, there's Audie. And there's Dom. Yeah, so this is the other character I had started out with. So another character I'm definitely never going to get rid of. I'm glad I got him. Yeah, don't skip leg day. See you around, though. Alright, so this outside area right here is kind of based off of an outside open restaurant, if you will. I had an idea from some family members that currently work in the restaurant business, and I felt like I wanted to do like a restaurant theme, which wasn't too bad. I felt it was a pretty decent one. Oh, hey, it's Marina. Yeah, so this is another one that I ended up sticking with. Alright, let's see who else we got. He's hanging out on the beach. Yeah, so even though I have like a... The idea was having a somewhat Hawaiian theme. Kind of just ended up having like a hodgepodge of everything. So... The idea of Hawaii, but pretty much having everything else. And that kind of just ended up working. So it's nothing like some of the specific themes that we have. Alright, so over here we have, at the time, the first and last residents. We have Dom and Cat's houses over here. Over here is Marina's house. And over here, definitely one of the hardest characters I've had to get because it took so long. I was finally able to get Cherry. So definitely took took a year or so off my life just to get her. And I was finally able to get her. So it was really nice. So, yeah, she currently lives right here. Still going to work on getting her a photo. Let's grab those. Yeah. Not sure how long it'll take, but that's why I got plenty of the presents in my inventory. So, why don't we do that and see what happens. Hey, I got something for you. Oh, you know. Oranges. Yeah, so one of the better items that you could give the villagers is 2 pieces of non-native fruit. I had apples starting out, So I could pretty much give them anything but. Alright, so what are we getting? Okay, so beaded curtain wall. Okay, so she still needs some work on the friendship, which is good. But I am getting housing material, which is definitely a good sign. Alright, so next up over here we have... Ooh, she's home. Why don't we go say hi? Yeah, so this was another character I really wanted to get. Mostly because I loved her design. She looked really good. Here we have June. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, definitely fitting for the Hawaiian theme. Yeah, definitely glad to get her. Alright, and the person I have living next to her probably needs no introduction. Is Anko. Oh, she's definitely home. Yeah, another one I was really glad to get. Yeah, she's just hanging out. Anko, what's up? I've been out and about. That's just how it is. See you around, Anko. Yeah, so early on, over here, I originally had Leopold and Admiral, and I had moved them around with Vivian, which now lives over here. Seems like she's either sleeping or out and about. And Raymond, which was another nice one to get. Oh, and if you notice too, I don't have the DLC for this. So pretty much whatever's inside their house is what they have in the normal game. So here's Raymond. I'd say definitely one of the more fan favorite characters. And I just happened upon him. He was not a planned person to get, but yeah, I had gotten him pretty early on. But definitely welcome nonetheless. Raymond's a good character. Alright, so one of the things I usually ended up doing, especially on Genshin, was pretty much working on a garden. Here we have the garden. Pretty much got all the crops that I've ever needed up top, and then pretty much have the supply outpost right here for it. So pretty standard for a garden. Some more beach stuff over here. Also, can't go wrong with having some Pokeballs on the round 2, by the way. Alright, so down through here, pretty much keeping with the theme of the island resort sort of thing. Oh, by the way, I had to get that for Halloween one year. Definitely works. Some workout equipment, soccer ball. I think I have a nice little spot for Kappa right here. Yeah, and I'd say throughout the island too, I also have this path that walks around. And it was a little design that I had worked on for a little bit, and it ended up working. Let's see. Pretty much the only one we haven't ran into was Vivian, so she's probably asleep. Ran into everybody else. Yeah, so there you have it. That's the island tour. I'll probably do some other games. If anybody likes this, be sure to let me know in the comments. I do look at them quite regularly. So if you like the island tour, please let me know. With that, thank you for watching, and I will see you around. Take it easy.